Several vitamin brands are reacting to our investigation that uncovered the presence of lead in prenatal vitamins.
And tonight, Lisa Fletcher looks at what those companies are doing and why experts say the government's going to have to step in to fully fix this problem.
I know you're sleepy.
Carlene Thomas welcomed her first child, a baby boy named Reed, in January.
Not only are you caring for yourself, you're caring for this new life that depends completely on you to do the right thing.
For Thomas, a registered dietitian, doing the right thing started during pregnancy with carefully selecting a prenatal vitamin. She knows that scanning the shelves of a pharmacy, there's more than meets the eye.
You can have gorgeous packaging, pay a premium, but the fact of the matter is it's not necessarily the best option. It's not necessarily a safe option.
Potentially not safe because prenatal vitamins are not regulated. The FDA doesn't review or test these supplements critical to preventing some birth defects before they hit the market, instead relying on the companies to police themselves. In 2019, Spotlight on America worked with two world-renowned labs who performed the first comprehensive testing of prenatal vitamins in more than a decade. The results were alarming. Several brands of vitamins contained lead, from trace amounts to 15 times what the FDA recommends as a limit in apple juice.
The ideal level of exposure of an infant to these chemicals is 0.
Dr. Philip Landrigan is a pediatrician and the director of the Program for Global Public Health and the Common Good at Boston College. He's been studying the impact of heavy metals on children for more than 30 years and says while prenatal vitamins are a vital part of health care for future moms, the presence of lead poses a real threat to unborn babies.
The exposure of an infant to lead, for example, causes brain injury. It reduces the child's IQ. Even low levels of exposure will produce some damage.
This spring, we retested the 4 brands found to have the most lead in the 2019 tests. Since our story, all of them significantly reduced the levels of lead in their products. 3 out of 4 of them now comply with California's lead exposure laws, the strictest in the nation. The biggest reduction was from Nature's Truth prenatal vitamin and mineral formula, slashing lead content by more than 80%. The reduction is welcome news, but doesn't solve the overarching problem. Experts like Dr. Landrigan say the vitamin industry must be regulated to ensure standards are consistently met and reduce contamination across the board.
For the sake of our country, we cannot allow pregnant women to be taking unregulated products.
Heavy metal contamination is now on Congress's radar. Sources tell Spotlight on America that members of a House subcommittee were told about our 2019 prenatal test results this month, increasing the pressure to enact standards and require the FDA to take more control of this unregulated industry.
Things are good.
As moms like Carlene Thomas know, there's no time to wait.
The fact that the FDA has not stepped up and done something about this is essentially saying we're okay with you gambling with the health of your child. And that is simply irresponsible and unacceptable.
For Spotlight on America, I'm Lisa Fletcher.
And the FDA says right now it's working to limit exposure to lead to the greatest extent possible, but would not grant an interview on the subject. The agency did respond to questions in an email. You can find them at local12.com.